all right. We are live.
Live.
Live, live.
Potato, potato, yeah.
Read and read.
That's the kind of show we're having, ladies and gentlemen.
You
How's
ever,
everybody doing out there?
how many times have you ever been like, okay, you try to like, you gotta write something and you gotta spell read, and then you're like, oh man.
Hey, I didn't even say anything, but you said live. I had something that I wrote where both of the and it didn't even click, and then I read it and I was like, why would I? And I thought it was a typo, and then I'm like, English is weird.
What, I mean, don't get it. That's a whole nother show. We're gonna have that show one day. We are
We
going
should.
to have that show one day. I'm so ready to go in. But yeah, it's not us. It's not us. Hmm.
It's not a joke, it's a reality thing.
For sure.
Reality things. Yes, yes.
It is. Well, since we're doing that, I mean, we want to just reiterate that
Are you frozen?
What happened? Did we lose her?
Yeah,
Oh,
Urshanus is frozen. We're just like, yeah, what? And frozen. Yo, is Black Simon in the house?
Black Simon is in the house.
I
What's up,
am.
Black?
I'm having some technical difficulties, but I'm going to try and hold through.
Listen, man,
Hold
join the
through.
club. I think at this point, we should just rename the show the Technical Difficulties at this point. You feel
The
me?
technical difficulties edition.
Did you
Yeah.
hear that there was another blackout or another problem with the network? So,
Which the network? Amazon? Which
AWS?
yep, I heard it was that another blackout happened today
Let's go
earlier.
then. Let's go. Let's
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
So,
This is why we need to have our own
So
infrastructure because my AI servers didn't go out today.
that says something. That says something.
You know what I'm saying? My servers didn't go down. You know, infrastructure has been on point,
Right?
but that's neither here nor there.
No, it's
Um,
there and there.
that's
Right
facts.
there. Right on point.
How are you feeling today, fellas? What we grateful for? You know what I'm saying? I'm always grateful for technology because I just love technology and I love AI and I love my GPUs and Rashalis is back in the room times two. No, just kidding. She's sitting here once, but her her account's in the room physically twice. Or not physically, but whatever, in Zoom. uh
We got you. We're caught. We got you. But really? Why was there like one on a phone or something? I remember
yeah,
that was
no.
we
Possibly.
It
did
was
that
the
when
it
I
was
was
the
in
internet.
It's just a
in
ghost.
oh yeah, when I was in Kenya, I was just go cutting some of that footage and I was like, "Oh, I'm there and I'm there."
That's
Well,
crazy. It's Scorpio season for real, for real. Yikes.
I don't even know what that means, but
I don't either.
I got my crew that knows what that means. So I'm always glazing
Internet
by
went
the
out.
hmm? Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Yo, Rashawn.
Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
you're okay, you're there, right?
This is so weird. Oh, there it is.
Ah, it did freeze a little bit.
Yeah. It's so glitchy. Oh no.
That's all right.
no.
We're trucking on. G was just mentioning AWS was down again. I don't know if you're
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
that's
that.
what.
Maybe they, I mean, I am in a hotel. Maybe that.
if it
Oh,
could be
It's
you got that
spotty.
hotel internet?
That's
oh
almost as
no.
bad as the
I'm just about to
Canadian
say that's
internet.
just about as bad as that Canadian internet.
Almost as bad.
You on that
Wait, wait, wait,
Rogers.
wait, 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 wait. I don't know if somebody mentioned this already, but someone's not in VR tonight.
I know. No, nobody
Oh,
mentioned it. Nobody mentioned it at all.
No, we didn't. We didn't mention that. We just try new things today. All
Damn.
right, and
Wow.
so far it's looking like next week we back in the goggles. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay,
It's all
because I
right.
was gonna
It's all right,
say
Ivy. Ivy, I got
that
you.
was like one of the things I could rep about the show. Now, one of the
Man,
Ivy,
many
I
things I could
got
rep.
you. I got you.
next week we
All
back in the
right.
goggles. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, because
Uh,
this is ghetto. We ghetto out here right now.
Right? This ain't it.
This is not it at all.
First of all, I said this to you all in our meeting. I think I need to say it live. I want everyone to know that I am the only one that is VRless, and I'm really sad about it.
Why you gotta put
all
yourself out
right,
there like
Ivy.
that? You could have just not said anything. We wouldn't just assumed that you had one.
This is true, but when we
You
get to
could be
talking
virtual.
about, hmm?
You could be virtual.
I
Virtual
mean,
Roshanas.
here every night, ladies and gentlemen, every Wednesday night. Yes, for sure. I could totally be virtual, Rashanas, but I want a headset.
Look at symbolic.
I see them.
I
Oh
saw you
yeah,
needed some backup on the cyber tip, the cyborg, some
yeah.
cyborg
We
backup.
switching places tonight.
I mean, he
So
literally the goggles on and the headphones. Okay, I'm listening.
I see on our in our show notes we have 10
We
minutes
didn't finish. We didn't finish our what's it called?
Greetings and
um
gratitude. We should be talking about.
before that it says 10 minutes brought to you by Black Love Doll.
Oh, this is right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a new sponsor.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there because we could go into why we're doing the sponsorship and so forth, but no.
No, we'll keep it simple. Keep it
Yeah,
simple.
for sure.
Black Love Dow is all about positive,
Black
uplifting
Love?
art and culture, and it's not our only sponsor. We got movements behind what we're doing. Rashanis, you want to talk about one of our the other movements that help to make this possible?
Save it for
For
next week.
sure. I was about to say because what I was gonna continue. Thank you, Ivy. I was gonna say, we really do want to hone in on what Black Love Dow is. It is all things positive, community, everything we're about here on Talk Show On Point. If you're not following them right now, you should. It is BlackLovedAO. That's the handle, right?
They have
Find it on
a pretty active Discord, I
IG.
believe, still.
Wait, what?
Discord, I believe they're on Discord as well. And the Black Love Dow
I
Discord server.
I don't believe so, but
No, no,
maybe there's
there's
another
no
Black
more.
Club down.
Oh man.
Everything that we do, there's two of them. Anyways, but yeah, we actually our segment that we're gonna drop in a little bit is going to have a video that is also Black Love Dow sponsored.
Fire,
So,
fire, fire, for sure. So I think that is what we were going to announce that because we're really really excited. I just checked my Cash App because Sister got she on a budget, but in the event that you'd like to sponsor the show, feel free to use your Cash App card. It may be location specific, so you can purchase bits on Twitch and give us your bits. Give us your bits.
We like
and we'll give
bees.
you some
Little bits. Little bits.
more of that what's up, that more of that bringing brilliant people doing amazing things in the IRL world and digital world and beyond. And yeah,
But
get it.
20% off. Like it's a whole come on.
A
Get
big
on it.
bag of little bits.
Oh, a big bag of little bits. So you get little bits and you get little bits. Yeah, we want everybody to give and receive little bits. So in the event that you are in one of those locations, for sure, check your Cash App, 20% off, $1, $5, $5 million. It's all love here. It's all love here. We're going to be talking about what those bits will get you in coming shows, but just wanted to drop that in there. I think it's time for us to, that being, asking for something, might want to give something back. Maybe it's time for greetings and gratitude. What we got?
Absolutely.
Greetings and gratitudes. I'm always grateful for, like I said, technology and my family, my little son, my wife, and my silicone. Yeah. Oh, and my dog.
I was about to say what happened to Bentley. Like,
Even though Billy be acting like a little crazy man.
yeah, he like, what? This is my house. That's what's up. That's what's
He's
up.
sitting on the
Grateful
couch
for the
right now.
tech.
Yes,
Chilling.
ma'am.
Chilling.
Always love my tech.
Yeah, for sure. The family and all. Okay.
My
Who who
family.
who, who next?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm grateful for fam, and fam not being in the eye. Most of my fam is not in the eye of the hurricane, down in Jamaica. So yeah, I don't know. Symbolic. I know you have big roots down there, big roots. But I talked to my mom, my mother, the Big Mama. She said that most of my family is not in actual country, so they're good. And she said everyone who is in country said they're good. So I'm
Hmm,
sending a blessing and love and nothing but the best for all the people affected by that. It looks pretty bad, but I'm hoping that it won't be too bad.
Yeah, I saw someone that said Jamaica got hit pretty bad, So there was a lot of damage that was done.
Heard 75% of the island is without power.
Oh man, I ain't know all that.
we're gonna talk about this, but I do want symbolic to chime in because his people are there.
Yeah, I have not heard from my people who I talked with the day before.
Oh
Called,
wow.
not gotten through. So basically, it's about waiting. One aunt would have been by herself, and so she was gonna step across the street. These are places that I remember. I was chilling with my grandmother up in the hills in Jamaica, Saint Elizabeth, the one of the places that was most hit. So I was like, yes, that's a good idea. Do not be by yourself during a Category 5 hurricane in an old house.
For sure.
Uh, yeah, my other aunt was in another area. I heard Kingston wasn't hit as hard, and she's in the area around that area. My cousin also was in Kingston. So yeah. So as far as grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful to be in a place that's dry and grateful that we have the problems we have and not the other some of the other problems. But with that, I'll be also grateful to hear from some of my loved ones. So yeah.
For sure. And we gonna meditate on that. We're gonna bring that into fruition, hoping they're safe. I saw it a little bit on the news downstairs. It just made me think about the 2025 NATO map. I was just like, okay, no, don't think like that. So I really do hope they're okay, especially Auntie if she's alone. Um, just grateful that these this whatever nagging cold cough, whatever this is, it's like it's coming and going. But I'm feeling better than I was a couple days ago. I think I just need a little bit more rest, but super, super grateful. Grateful to health. That's your wealth. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Nice. And what
Mhm.
what week is this week?
It is culture,
It's
culture week,
culture.
culture
Culture
Culture.
beyond
beyond borders.
borders.
Right.
That's
Yeah, and I
right.
think that even that subject is fits into what we wanted to talk about in the context because we want to talk outside of just the borders of thinking nationality or just thinking of the typical things. And I think that even when you find out some of the information about the disaster relief, or that they, for example, had a disaster bond and how people work some of these things out and navigate I think it's very interesting. So I'm looking forward to going in on some of that. But first, I guess it's time for what's up.
It is. What's up?
What's up?
Ah, WZUP, Resurrected.
Oh my God. Don't get me started. I've been watching that. That's a good thing about being in a hotel. You get to watch Martin reruns forever and ever.
My lords. How y'all feeling?
Yeah, you so crazy.
You so crazy.
Um,
Okay,
so,
so what's up current? All right, so I think the first one is we're going to talk about, I think we have the commercial. Do you have that, Ivy, ready?
Let's get it. I am looking
So,
in the is this one from no, is it one from TikTok?
it should be a YouTube video. I
Okay, let me
think it's
see.
actually posted twice. I think Symbolic posted it and I posted a link.
Uh, let's see. Can you repost it real quick so I can grab that
Yeah,
link?
I'm looking for it right now.
Like,
We had so much discussion, but what I will say is it's we know actually Kate Symbolic, can you take it for a minute and I'll go find this.
What am I taking now?
take
we're
that,
talking
take
about
that.
Reagan,
the ad.
Canada, US, Doug Ford ad.
That.
Oh.
It's like a minute, right? I
Yeah.
think I got a video right here. Let's
Okay.
see.
Okay.
When someone says,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so just to introduce this is an ad that was put out by the premier, kind of like the governor, if you're in the United States, of Ontario. And he paid 75 million, which is a lot of money
Damn.
to run this ad for a week. A lot of Torontonians were a little mad, or I should say, people from Ontario were a little mad because he's taking 75 million dollars and he's spending it on a TV ad. Considering that we're all complaining about long wait times in hospitals, long wait times for a lot of our services, and they don't want to pay our teachers any more money. And so there was a little bit of controversy about that money being spent, him saying, oh, the school board did not needs to come up with an extra $350 million, but he can spend $75 million.
protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. But over the long run, such trade barriers hurt every American worker and consumer. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. Throughout the world, there's a growing realization that the way to prosperity for all nations is rejecting protectionist legislation and promoting fair and free competition. America's jobs and growth are at stake.
All right. Um, as an American, right, having not seen that ad before and being an observer of the reaction to this video that I saw, I would have expected them to have like done some like deep fake like AI message directed towards Trump. Like that was very mild for us to have halted our trade talks, in my opinion.
Okay, so you did hear about this. Yes, so that's what you're getting at. I think G was going to get to, yeah, that's what happened. Halted the trade talk, said it was fake, said you're cheating or something around that. G, go on.
All I was going to say is, and Ivy put it, and it's the best perspective is as an American, how do you feel
Yeah,
about that? Because
yeah.
it is Ronald Reagan. There is no, um, I don't think there's an edit of the actual. It's not changing any of his words. They might have spliced or cut out some parts for brevity. It's a
Everything
longer
makes
speech.
sense. I that's what I posted on our internal was
Nothing has been altered. It
nothing has
might
been
have been
altered.
it might have been cut for brevity, so it fit into a minute.
Yeah,
So
so
you, I
he
think
basically said the thing that they were like, yes, and then they cut it before you start saying some nonsense.
No, no. They cut
no,
it when he was like, Tokyo is we put trade sanctions on Tokyo, but they're brief because we just want them to get in line. Sanctions or tariffs are bad for the economy. In the case of Tokyo, because that was the context that he was talking, so they
Right.
cut it so that it didn't have extraneous stuff, but that's the exact message, and it's incredible how like the facts are seem to be irrelevant, but it ramped up to the point where no more talk, 10% additional
That's crazy.
tariff. Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
like I saw, and I don't know how true this is, but I think I saw on X that the Reagan family or the estate or somebody related to the or the foundation, the foundation maybe, they made a statement saying that like almost condemning Canada for doing that. Like we don't agree with y'all taking the statement out of
they didn't
context
ask for
and
per, yeah,
they
they
didn't
didn't
ask for
take
permission. I'm like,
they didn't
damn,
ask for
You don't
permission.
need to ask permission
it's
on a
public
public
domain.
broadcast from a president.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
the Canadians must have really crossed the line. If that's what y'all did, then wow, okay.
yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie.
So I
Go ahead.
no, sorry. You say what your piece.
Nah, I've been on X calling all of the conservatives is crying about everything, little snowflakes, because that's what they call the liberals whenever the Democrats win, they call them snowflakes, or whenever the Republicans win, they call them snowflakes because because the Democrats are get upset about whatever they get upset about, and but like now it's like all I see is Republican conservative tears about everything. Anyway, sorry,
Party of the aggrieved.
man. Victims,
uh,
man.
all I can say is that that video. First of all, I'm going to say this: Reagan and Trump, not my favorite two people.
At all.
And if you want to know a lot of the situation worldwide and also domestic for Canada and the United States, Reagan did a lot of it. He's the one who did the free trade stuff. So if you don't like that, that's Reagan. He also the one for Americans. He did the biggest reason why you have money in politics is
I'm pretty.
they
Didn't Reagan take us off the gold standard? Or did somebody else?
gold. No, that was Nixon, I believe.
Nixon, right? Okay, yeah, Nixon. Yeah,
I mean, the
Nixon.
war on drugs, like he has a
The war
long
on
history.
No,
Yeah.
no, the big one, for me, the two biggest ones that he did was the Fairness Doctrine, which was actually had to do with media, which basically turned instead of media up until that point, media you had to report on the news and it had to be fair. You had to give fair airtime to both sides of any discussion, and news
Oh,
media could only tell people the truth about a subject. They couldn't lie because it is public airwaves.
the
And
truth according to whom?
no, the truth according to like generalized facts and generalized thing. Obviously, there's something called spin. You can make any number look like the way you want it to, but you had to report to people news that was true to facts.
And
He
if you
under the
have
fair,
two sides of an argument, you're supposed to
yes,
represent the different opposing views.
right.
Hmm.
And he
Interesting.
basically turned the news media into entertainment. So
Oh,
that's
well.
why they put ads on. I don't know. I'm an old cat, so I remember when the 6 o'clock news. Yes, they had a little bit of commercials, but it was mainly focused, and the commercials weren't kind of ingrained into the news sphere. It was something. Sorry, to be very clear, news media was designed that it was a public service that the broadcasters had to have as part of their broadcast license. So you could show TV shows and broadcast ads, but what you had to give back to the people was news, local news, and current news, so that the people could know what is actually happening around him. That was the deal with broadcast media. Reagan took that out. Does anyone want to touch on that? I'll give you the second thing he did that was horrible.
I mean, history repeats itself. But go ahead.
That's the way it goes.
And then on top of that, he did Citizens United that passed under him, which allowed for the Supreme Court's ruling that said that money is equal to speech. And that's why rich people, because they have lots of money, they can use their money to influence politics.
So $75 million. I did want to touch on that. I'm like, so where was the spend? Was that on that video we just watched? Is that what you were saying?
Yes, ma'am.
He spent $75 million on a
for a
1
week's
video?
worth of video airtime on, I guess, Fox and.
What is the deal with?
Hey, let's mind our business. That's Canadian stuff, man. That's
Well, I'm headed there, so I want to know what I'm getting into. No, I'm just kidding. So I just maybe the media buy is very different in Canada. I don't know how that would equate anywhere else, but again,
sounds like a lot.
When you've created the game, you can play however you want. So it's just so unfortunate. But
yeah, Doug Ford is our mini Trump. He's doing all kinds of stuff up here that for Ontarians that is not great. So they're he's a conservative too. They're kind of button heads. He has to do it because, that's what keeps him in power, is the hate the Canadians right now have for Donald Trump across the board because of obviously tariffs. But yeah, he's not beloved by the people. He's another corrupt politician. We go on and on for what he is doing on Ontario and how he's selling the people down the river and taking money and giving it to his developer friends. But that would be a whole episode into Doug Ford.
I mean,
and maybe we'll have,
yeah,
we'll probably do that down the road. But that was what that. Anyone else want to talk about Canada, U.S., and the tariff situation? It looks like Canada is going to pivot towards China, as Donald Trump would say, in terms of trade. They're our third largest trading partner, and with the United States being our largest trading partner. So I wouldn't be surprised if Canada pivots and starts doing more trade with China.
We should just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off, and we should just all start to learn Mandarin.
Oh, I mean, behind time. Seriously, like your son should be learning it. My son,
just
for
learn
sure.
Mandarin and just get it over with.
For sure.
It is 100. I don't. Well, the next story is going to lead right into that too. So
okay.
On that note, I don't know what y'all are talking about because I'm already fluent in mofos. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man! So,
wow.
I know Mandarin. Y'all better catch up. Oh man!
Wow. Man.
I don't have much notes on this one. This next what's up, which is the Chinese lending. So China is moving its lending process. So if most people don't understand how the lending process works for countries, there is something called the IMF, which is a world bank, which a lot of the lending for countries for infrastructure comes out of, or disaster relief-ish, or new infrastructure projects comes out of. So that's where countries would borrow money if they want to build a port or if they want to build a bridge and the country does not have the money or the resources to exchange. But one of the key things is all of the trade that is done, or all of that money is done in US dollars. And every country would want, say, got a loan from the IMF, would get a loan in US dollars, and paying back of that loan would be in US dollars to whatever country is facilitating that infrastructure. I think, yeah, he's bringing up a little, hopefully a graphic or a whole story. Do we have a video? I was looking for a video. I couldn't find one. But maybe we have one. But big news is China is now saying that they are willing to, under their Belt and Roads Initiative, which is them going around the world and building infrastructure, ports, so that countries that are poorer than them can bring their goods to market and trade. Is
Ports,
China,
trains, highways. You
oh,
saw one of the
airports?
highways. Yep.
Yep.
Oh man, China's taking communism to the rest of the world.
So
That's
they're
not
going
a
to,
communism, actually, but that's
it's
another
capitalism.
story.
It's
Yeah.
imperialism, if anything. But they are going to now settle their debts, which are basically countries who borrowed money from China to build a port or an airport or a railroad or a school or university. They're going to settle those debts not in US dollars, but in
Chinese yuan.
yuan. Um, Soft power, actually, I don't know if it's really considered soft power. I've always gotten this one confused, but soft power. But basically, the United States' money, their economy, one of the reasons why it is the biggest economy is because everyone has to use American dollars to buy and sell things. Everything
Yeah.
has to be converted into American dollars. So that means that basically China can now settle their debts without interacting with the United States dollar,
Yeah. I can
which
cut
is
you out.
this is this is billions of dollars. This is not like little money like $1,000. This is billions of dollars. And that's huge because now the United States doesn't have the ability to sanction countries that they used to because they could say, we're not going to give you that money to pay back your loan. So that means they're out of that money. Now China is saying, no, just pay us in our own money. You can buy our own money and you can pay it back to us with your resources. So they're kind of stepping into the place the United States was, which is kind of huge. I heard it's 185 countries, the article I read.
So,
Wow.
not financial advice, but what that also means is that the dollar, each amount of money that is not circulated in US dollars brings the value of the dollar down, which
Mm.
means
Absolutely.
that it causes inflation, which also means that Bitcoin is going to go up higher. Um,
I've been watching my Bitcoin just like it's just been looming steady. But
listen, 3 years ago, 2022, we was at 30K.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? And then
Wow.
like 3 years before that, we was at like 3K.
It's insane how fast it's growing.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, I get it.
Like next week we're gonna be at 300K. Like not
Yeah.
literally, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna feel like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and to G's point, to Black Simon's point, and Ivy's point, when we think about where we are with our own currency system, Canada, America, doesn't matter. Wherever you are around the world, it just speaks to having other assets at this point. Man, I got
Yeah,
work to do.
yeah, we gotta get some of that yuan. I need some of that RMB. I need some of that RMB. It's not about dollar bill yeah anymore. It's about getting some
No,
of
for
that
real.
yuan. It's about getting some of that yuan in your life.
Man.
Come on, Poppy. Like,
Oh
no, not
man.
that one.
I'm all about that yuan, yo.
Not that
Uh,
one.
the next thing does anyone have anything they want to talk about in terms of the what's up?
No, I think the
Good.
third one is it's like it's gonna bring it all home.
Yeah, yeah. So, speaking, we're back to the United States now. China, we went Canada, China, and now back to the United States. So in Baltimore, and I think there's a video for this, and that should be also in the chat. Ivy,
Please.
if you could bring that up. Um, so we talk a lot about technology, the intersectionality between
Is it
technology,
is,
culture.
is that the TikTok?
Yeah, I think it's a
The
TikTok, but I can't remember.
affirmative murder?
It should be a black boy
Gotcha.
picture of it. Okay. Um, so the Baltimore Baltimore school has a AI video tracking system that looks for guns in the schools. I don't know how far or widespread that company is in the United States. I didn't even know it existed. But it basically looks for people who are bringing guns into schools.
And how might it
So
do
you
that?
can't. They use an AI tracking system. So to set this up, this kid was pulled over as he was leaving the premises or campus from the school with guns drawn because they claimed that he had a gun on him when it turned out to be a bag of Doritos that
A
he
bag
had.
of Doritos.
A bag of Doritos that he had just finished and crumpled up and put in his pocket. The AI system had flagged it, and somebody who saw the AI system flag it then called the police, and he was promptly arrested and then released, but still guns drawn on him. Now, we'll play the video, and then I think we'll come back, and then everyone can comment. And this is pretty scary. This is what happens.
And the fact that AI, they're using it
I'm about to
on
say
this
no,
level.
that's not it. That's not.
Nah.
Yikes.
Yeah, the fact that AI is being implemented, it's like, I mean, this is on a whole other level, but I remember maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, talking about implementing AI within the sentencing. There's a bunch of areas where people have been saying how problematic it is for basically even to take that. They give the excuse that because it's not human, it's better because now you don't have human error. But in fact, they are glitchy, and this one that you're looking for proves it. Are y'all
Trying to
still with
find it.
me?
I'm not sure which one it is.
Yeah,
So
we
many
got a lot
links.
of things
Got a lot
flying.
of links. Yeah.
Well, I mean, here's what I can say, and we talked about this a little bit. Who trains the robots?
Data that
Uh,
is glitchy and biased and
the
racist.
the
Go on.
people who have the resources to hire people who have the perceived skill to train the models. And typically, and honestly, if you look at the numbers, right, proportionally, we would have a much smaller pool of people who are considered to have the necessary skills if we have those people at all, because, socioeconomic factors and whatnot.
For sure.
Was it
So
a
then,
link or is it a oh wait, you just gotta scroll over there. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say while you're looking for that. So then we're answering that
I
question.
just reposted it. It should be in the chat.
I bet. Go
We
ahead.
have to do
Yes,
our
you.
due
Come
diligence.
here.
Oh, go. No, watch.
Sorry,
Let's
sorry,
watch
Keep your
it.
hands on your head.
Okay.
Keep walking towards me.
Baltimore County Police handcuffed and searched a high school student after his school's security system, which is powered by AI, flagged the teen's empty bag of chips as a possible firearm.
I was just holding a Doritos bag like this. It was two hands in and one hand out and one finger out, and they was like, they said it looked like a gun.
Kenwood High School student Takai Allen said he was waiting for a ride home with friends after football practice when about 8 police cars showed up at the school. He said at least one gun was pointed at him.
They searched me, and they figured out I ain't had nothing. Then they went over there to where I was standing, filled the bag of chips on the floor.
A district spokesperson said the district security department canceled the alert after confirming there was no weapon. But Kenwood principal Kate Smith didn't immediately know that and reported the matter to the school resource officer, who called local police for support. The incident is leading some Baltimore County officials to call for a review of how the high school uses the AI gun detection system.
It was a scary situation. It's nothing I've been through before.
Baltimore County's superintendent said reviewing the system and security, quote, is part of our regular practice. Meanwhile, Omnalert, the company that makes and monitors the security system, expressed regret over the incident, but said, quote, the process functioned as intended to prioritize safety and awareness through rapid human verification. CNN has asked Baltimore County Police for comment.
Yes, you, come here.
I have so much to say, so I'm just gonna be quiet for a second.
You got it to say it.
Well,
Say it.
first of all, I just want to confirm that the superintendent, was it, or the principal, she didn't know that it wasn't actually a gun, but she did what she did to call and report it, which triggered the police. Is that what I heard?
From what I understood, the state, they quickly identified that it was a false positive, but the superintendent had already reached out to the resource officer who had already, or who was already in the process, or had already made the call to the police by the
Okay.
time. Either they didn't know, I think she didn't know in time, or yeah, she didn't know in time.
Okay, but
It
this is
was
what I'm
false.
saying. There's an urgency, there's a process. And this is very, as an educator, as someone who is like whole child education an advocate for, there is I mean, it's a swelling gap in terms of communication at every single school and campus in the world. Telecommunications and the telecommunication systems for schools are horrible. So that's the first thing. So a false positive, and you still, isn't that the human checking the robot, right? Like that it's just, okay, so we could have killed all of this.
Yeah.
I hate to use that word, but we could have nixed all of this. And that child, I'm super sensitive when it comes to boys because I have boys. I have black boys. And it's real out here. I mean, he was calm on the video, but can you imagine? He just finished playing football. And all because you didn't do your due diligence to say, okay, it's a false positive. Let's go above and beyond and make sure that this is resolved. No, he still had to go through that.
I
Yeah.
don't believe that I don't believe that it's that bad in this place where they have to have an AI security system. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know about this school, but I just feel like it's unless there's people dying there like once a week,
For sure.
right? Like unless there's like three a month, then we're gonna get a little bit more reasonable, right? Unless there's like six a year, I don't really think we need it. There's not a common occurrence of people having guns and shootings at that school in the 2 mile radius of the school. I don't think we need AI security systems trying to identify, especially not in Uh, I just don't. I need to look more to this situation. But as a person who is very like passionate about AI governance, there's a
It's
company that's
extreme.
making a very good amount of money to do this. They, like as I said, it's a system operated as it was
As
intended.
was intended.
Yeah, it's exactly. It profiled a black kid. Yes, of course.
So that's what, with a Doritos bag. So
With a
that's what I'm
freaking
saying.
Doritos bag.
It's so
Yep.
symbolic for so many reasons. Symbolic, not you, but it's so symbolic for so many reasons. We think again, Trayvon Martin. There are
Oh yeah.
things that when we're looking at this. I grew up right now. I'm in Detroit. I grew up having to go through metal detectors in my high school. Why? Not because Dr. Odom was okay. So y'all bringing too many guns in here. Dr. Odom was specific. Like, no, there will be no guns in here. There will be no guns in here. So every morning we knew the drill. You got to get to school 20 minutes early so you can go through that metal detector. If there were incidents or cases where children are getting laid out, wouldn't a metal detector be first? So we see we already know this. You give your computer facial
The
recognition and
magnet
taking all
school.
these. Exactly. I mean, just by them having Caucasian officers told me that's not in the way that the dialect. That's not a problematic school. I'm sorry. So this is yet again where technology is being tested to target, and with that,
Absolutely.
we need to talk about solutions for protecting ourselves and our children if we're going to continue to send them into the belly of the fucking beast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I also want to say on the flip side of this, where was this AI system? Why wasn't it in Utah? Why wasn't it Utah? Why didn't Charlie Kirk's? Why didn't they have that on that system where the guy was walking? Like we are being targeted, and our counterparts in predominantly white areas don't have those metal detectors. They don't have, but that's where the school shootings are, right?
That's where the cray pops off. You're gonna continue to make it seem like it's me. So, we have our one tech friend here.
Hey, listen, while I was talking, I did some research, right?
Okay.
They had three recent events that occurred. It had a previous event on October 2024, 21st. That was like last week. Somebody got robbed. Police arrested a suspect, and investigation is ongoing. The
Robbed
previous
at
incident
gunpoint?
doesn't say that. It doesn't specify that they was robbed at
Okay.
gunpoint.
Okay.
I don't know. But then we go back. We got February 1st, 2021, 2024, over a year ago. That is a person, a student was stabbed with non-life-threatening injuries. Then before that is December 2023, which is a couple months before. Threats were made about a student possessing a weapon, though no weapon was found, and a student was taken into custody, but no weapon was found. Assuming that these are the last three events that occurred with the weapon involved, they
It's not sufficient.
don't need to be spending their tax dollars on an AI gun alert system.
Which if we dig further and we go into the rabbit hole and we start looking at that, right, the scores of that school, the demographics of that school, and all of the other variables, I'm pretty sure we're not going to like what we find. Again, we have got to get more diligent about protecting our people in general. But when it comes to our children, sending our children to these places, it's a hard fucking no.
And psychologically speaking, like what does that do to you? A computer profiled me as being a problem.
Eating Doritos.
Eating Doritos.
I mean, he shouldn't be eating Doritos, but that's another conversation.
But how do they feel? Like how I can only imagine. I know when I was falsely accused in school for doing something I didn't do. I was there to learn. I was there to be with my friends, be with my community. And I know how I felt, but now a computer is telling you that I don't deserve. I'm the problem. I'm the one who gets picked out and singled out as possibly being a suspect in something I didn't do. That's gotta hurt somebody mentally if they're
above and beyond that. You got to think. I'm pretty sure he's felt like that attending, because what it sounds like is, let's pull the demographics. I mean, I don't want to make this long-winded because we have other things to discuss, but I'm pretty sure he's the minority at that school. Almost positive. Just because.
You think he's a minority? I think it's a Baltimore school, so I don't know how. It all depends on where that school is, right?
Let's see. What's the name of the school? Okay, Ivy, this is the report that you found. Is this on the school's website? Oh no, this is on the news.
Yeah. $2.7 million contract to profile young Black boys.
So when we talked about war contracts and we talked about arms contracts and all of the like in terms of funding war and everything that's going on, this is like, again, these are problematic because we just talked about this with the 75 million. This is okay. Let's get let's practice nepotism at every turn and just spread the wealth amongst our people to do these things that are very damaging. I think I just want to skip to, because I'm gonna talk in circles because I'm just so frustrated with it. But I think I want to skip to asking IV and the rest of us, as a cybersecurity professional, we're all developers in a sense. What should these children, our children, be doing to protect themselves?
walking around with their hands in the sky, just walking around like this the whole way to
Mm.
class, home, on the street,
That AI is
at the
gonna
grocery store.
say, that dude looks like a gun.
That part.
Uh,
That part.
and it's still gonna happen. What you got in your pockets? Doesn't matter. My hands are
Mhm.
up. I don't know what's in my pockets. You put it there, and my hands are up. I can't. I'm not even. You said my hands are up. I can't even. If I put
But
my hands
listen,
down,
listen,
you know what
if
I'm
I
saying?
can just interject with one thing, is I think that the policy level, we really are in a society where we accept what's being fed to us. Going back to remembering, here we accepted bagging or paying for our own groceries here in Toronto. And I just look at people and I'm like, you don't like, why would you do that? These are jobs. This is potentially your nephew, your kids. This is a job you would have had. It's you in the past. Why just no? So I've made a decision. So as often I do, I implore you to make the same decision and don't go to the machine. So on that note, I'm just saying whatever little things that we can do, and in this case, I think it's on a policy level. We need to like decide and then let it be known that it's not okay. So
Yeah,
that's
because
one thing.
I
That's just
totally see
one,
it. It's like, well, if it's happening at school right now, remember it's testing ground. All tech needs to be tested.
right?
So
Your
it's like
my child should not be on your AI.
Preferably before it goes into production.
exactly,
I just want
Preferably.
exactly.
to be. I just want to also tell you guys how widespread it is. It is in Florida and in Baltimore
Yeah, they all over the
at
place.
176 schools.
Yeah. Nah,
But
it's even
these
more. It's even more
schools,
than that. The
but these
article I was
schools,
showing. Go ahead.
they're failing. The literacy rates have not budged in years. They continue to spend millions of dollars on the science of reading. Like when we think about this, it's so listen, I want to say what I've always said via my company, Imagine Read. Feel free to look it up. It is what it is. Pull your children out these schools, man. Please, I beg of you. Beyond that, it's a safety conversation because this tech will expand. It's just being tested on our children.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. It is being
True.
tested on our children.
That's pathetic. I mean, again, I'm not there's not too much that they can do to surprise me, but some of this stuff is just like, yeah, you're not human.
No,
Uh,
it literally wasn't.
Literally wasn't human.
And we're here
Yeah,
every
but
Wednesday,
building
ladies and
these
gentlemen.
building infrastructure that is not for humans. And this is across the board. I want to shout out that Who Broke the Internet Understood series by CBC, and they go into what I lived. G would remember what we lived in terms of the culture of the internet when it started, and then deciding we in shitification, we talked about that before,
Mm-hmm.
where they want to hook you, they want to get you using this, and then they change the focus to the people who are going to pay them, the businesses and so forth. And then they say screw them too, because they already got them hooked, and then move to 100% benefit for themselves as far as these huge companies and corporations. And now we have something called a techno feudalism. So we're back to being peasants, but with our data being the thing of value that they're having us give for next to nothing. Anyways, I went on this tangent just because this is in that realm. Why are they able to even have this thing pointed at children? And then do we
So
have
the crazy part about that is it's kind of intended to be looking at the children in this case because it's looking the children and probably other people as well, but like the most it's going to see
It's
is
the
of the
kids.
children. Yeah.
It's the kids. And I don't want to get into Man, it's so much
We
that I want
can't.
to
We
say.
can't. We
Right,
have to move on.
right. Like, yeah, we know.
I got one more thing to say. Oh,
Okay,
I was
Bring
just
it,
gonna
bring it.
say, you know, the biggest predictor of prisons and how they plan for prisons.
yeah, third grade scores.
Yeah,
What?
Oh yeah,
yes,
you didn't know that?
that's how
This
they
one
plan to build prisons. Yeah. So this is totally 100% the prison pipeline. This is
for
part of it.
sure.
Those cameras are being trained so that they can eventually be trained on convicts and people, and eventually they'll move these systems out of schools and into
Smart
our
cities,
cities. Yeah,
smart cities,
And if I could just tack on to that, because you started that train of thought, because I was already thinking these are people's faces. So similar to what you brought up, I believe, Black Simon, what they did with Pokemon Go, where they have you running around, but they have another purpose. Now, those youths, they're going to tell you that they're not in the system, but they're on that guy. Just we saw his face on the camera. It's being ingested into the AI. So when you think that they're in the same system, for them to not store those for later, nah, that's not really how they roll. So anyways, I'll leave it at that. But when you put it in that light,
okay.
it's crazy.
Yeah. They're on camera, but they're not being licensed to be on camera. They're being scraped for data, visual data,
for
to
sure.
be used at a
Again,
later date.
selfies, facial recognition. It speaks to, Symbolic's point, all of our points. We already said we've given them this information. It's like, well, yeah, you gave it to me.
And we
So I'm
talked
using
about
it.
that integration of I think it was, I don't know if it was last week, it might have been 2 weeks ago, when we talked about the flock system
Hmm.
and the ring cameras
Yep.
being used. This is all part of it. This is all part of it. They have them in the schools. They have them on your house. You put them on your own house, and then they're going to use the government cameras all together.
Smart
Mesh
cities.
Now,
networks.
Oh,
now,
for sure. For sure. For sure.
so before we take it another direction, back to solutions though, and practical, because we like
We
it
do.
seems heavy and it seems like these are massive organizations. I didn't close that one, but I said it a couple weeks ago how in Nairobi, for example, there's an empty line when it comes to serve yourself in the automated checkout in the grocery store. And people are willing to stand in line because they're like, nah, that's not how we do. So I wonder about making decisions. Now, this one's a tough one because I think it's more on the policy and that side of it but I wonder if there's what kind of practical things can be done. I want to ask y'all.
Oh man. Number one, just wear a mask forever. But number two, I mean,
Uh, I'm
seriously,
looking at I'm looking into adversarial clothing.
for
So
sure.
clothing that you can
Like,
wear that basically the AI cannot read you as a human being. So
in in
there is a company called Capable, and
mm,
Capable puts out clothing that we'll do a what's up or a segment on it very shortly. It's
oh, that would be
coming up,
amazing.
Nice.
and we'll talk about that stuff.
I
Adversarial
want some
clothing.
anti-AI clothing.
You
I
look
mean,
like
two
you're a dog.
minutes
You're a
ago,
zebra.
I didn't even know that anti-AI clothing existed, but now I want some.
For sure.
All
Like
right,
a
all right.
like the RFI card holder. I think the other thing is too, when I said this and I was thinking about alibis, you know, with deep fakes and AI and everything, I mean, here's the reality: above and beyond you being targeted, the likelihood that a video could just include you and you're actually not there. So we're talking about this on a wider level. It's what can we do to protect our digital identities, which is headed in the conversation of the actual digital ID that they're on the cusp of releasing. So a lot of this is detaching from the system. A lot of it is detaching from the system, doing what we've been talking about, mesh networks, and some of the other sophisticated telecommunication tools, it's just fuckery. I'm sorry. It is. And we really do need to discuss ways to protect ourselves, because if the goal is, to get rid of as many people as possible right now, population control, I mean, you could
Digital
easily just
slavery.
say, yeah, everybody had a gun, or, you could just easily, everybody. So you broke into somebody's house and you're like, no, I've been sitting here all night. Me and my kid. So a lot of it is it's just going back to that power and control. We have to circumvent it. Perhaps we will have some solutions, some hardcore solutions on our Tech Week show. Maybe we could do that.
And just so y'all know, we have culture, which we're dealing with today. Well, we've just gotten through our WhatsApp, but I mean, yeah, we got to tie these into some of the day-to-days and the cultural. Next week, though, we have community.
For sure.
Then we deal with tech, and then we round it up with critical thinking. So media literacy, critical thinking. And if that's in the context of how much the world is changing and knowing what's now possible in terms of AI or in terms of messaging and so forth. So I just wanted to summarize that.
No, perfect timing. So it's Culture Week, and it's culture beyond borders. We just got through talking about AI and how it's bordering on some bullshit yet again, but yeah.
Once you stand there, people, once you get the energy that's still there, can I get a witness? Yeah. Those who witness, the energy is still there.
Now, the cool thing about that, we are about to have a elder love and ancestor love. That's gonna be recurring. And it took me, I don't know why it escaped me. I was like, the voice, it's been so long. That is Runoko Rashidi. Who comes from the line of Ivan Van Sertima, who studied our people's influence in places where they thought they erased us. So Asia and the Pacific, he focused, whereas Ivan Van Sertima focused on South America, and they came before Columbus's Ivan Van Sertima's his elders. So that is some elder love right there, even in that clip, and that's an ode to the ancestors.
Wait a minute, where does that clip come from?
Oh, so that sample, I'm trying to remember what specific, but that sample, as you know, from the Breath of Existence album, and I sampled different great scholars, John Henry Clarke, who Ivy produced son is an ancestor of. He's the father of an ancestor. Say again?
Yeah, no, that's what's up. He said, yeah,
descendant of, you know what I mean? Yeah, and so yeah, John Henry Clarke. Believe there's a Dr. Ben. There's different, that's always been of importance is to, like that knowledge for us that's a part of why we do this. We have a lot of access to information and culture and so forth, but in some ways we're in such a unique time with it being obfuscated, with the attempt right now to pull it back. Let's say on your side of the border, while on this side of the border, you actually LT the Monk. His latest video was talking about Canada giving grants to Black business.
Yeah. And I said, all I need is citizenship. But real quick, I wanted to go back. I just wanted you to drop your own. I wanted to, do the shameless plug. Breath of Existence is your project.
Yeah, Breath of Existence album. Can just look that up wherever you like to stream music, and you will get some good music by Symbolic. Breath of Existence. Breath as in the vastness.
Breath. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. It's dope.
Yeah, I've got a lot of that realness, that music with a message, that music with soul, hip hop. lineage. Check it out.
Michelle. So nice. So very nice. Okay, so on that note, like you said, we already gave up some elder love, but I do believe that the Black Love Dow sponsorship is responsible for this elder love that we have coming up. Let's talk about elder love. What is it? Why is it important? What we would love for those who are tuning in, even if you don't tune in live tonight, you watch us on a replay, what you can do to shout out to get your elder love in. Let's talk about it for a second.
Definitely a good idea. We want to make it our culture to do what it is that we do when we're in our healthiest state. One of those things, we have a relationship with nature. We have a relationship. We respect and connect and affiliate ourselves with our ancestors, and we give our recognition to elders. So, we have decided that we're gonna, with us as well as our guests, will find out who were elders that were of impact. So we would love for you to share with us what, who are people who had an impact, whose name you want to really keep alive and elevate, not in some way where we're just trying to make superstars. It's like the superstars of the everyday. And I have an elder. His name is Elder Sarah, and actually I'm wearing one of his works. And so
That is
maybe,
gorgeous.
oh, it is. It is. I was actually gonna, oh, you can
Is that a
see it.
scorpion?
It's a scorpion.
Oh my
And Elder
gosh.
Sarah was the first really to bring African spirituality and symbolism to myself. And it really was transformative in terms of my music, because I just realized that that's what we need, what I really need to do, and what we should be doing. Some of the people who I would give the most respect, Dead Prez. I think it was, well, a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about books. We talked about how now Fahrenheit, what is it?
50,
Fahrenheit,
Yeah.
51.
Yeah.
and then
Animal
1980,
Farm. Yeah.
yeah,
1984. Yeah.
1984, how these literary works. Now, even Animal Farm, there was a hip hop adaptation. Some people really argue about art, and I just get it a little bit. Art for beautification
Mm.
alone without meaning, without deeper meaning. But I'm like, nah, you're mostly on some bullshit. That art, we need to be infusing the culture and so forth. Now, I'm not saying, like, for example, like there are a lot of walls in Toronto. I do photography with a lot of murals and stuff, and there's some beautiful stuff. But I'm like, really, this world needs, our people really need to be going in terms of the meanings behind things. So that's just me, but I'm symbolic. So, like, of
And it
course,
all makes sense. So you're
yeah.
saying, it sounds like, just before we go on, it sounds like you're thinking that that if there was a silhouette of a Black woman who her face is covered by flowers, that doesn't have any, that's not hard.
I think that is a very profound message in itself. What
Okay.
I'm saying is, when someone, I went to art school, so, and even sometimes over time, I realized, oh, well, you know what? Actually, there was a message that I'm seeing now. But, like,
Mm-hmm.
someone painting a thing just a solid color, or, Duchamp is a guy who put a urinal in the gallery, and then was like, well, it's a statement on gallery, what is art, and all that stuff. And I'm like,
Dada, that Dadaism.
right? So I actually over the years I'm like, I kind of get the statement, but are you really just a good smooth talking bullshitter? Uh, so my point though is we can do a lot with genuine culture, genuine art, and I guess there's a lot of room for things to get simplified, washed, whitewashed, all of that stuff when it's just about money. So, hip hop, I would say, suffered some of that, where it had the potency. It was underground. We were doing things that were transformative on a magical, mystical level. When people are saying what you do is not culture, what you do is not that has no value, it's irrelevant, and it's just climbing up, and everyone is loving it and feeling it, and it's showing a part of life that is they're trying to avoid and say doesn't exist, and then for it to become number one. But then for that to move back around to having people, I remember a few albums ago that just hearing a song or whatever from Jay-Z, and it's just like, I got this, I got Basquiat, and it's like, nah, I don't know about that. I don't know. That's not. And then seeing this young Palestinian boy, which as much as I'm pro-black, I'm about the black stuff, but this youth, and it's even some of the indigenous rappers, I'm seeing them come with it, and I'm like, they're doing with it what really this thing needs to be doing. So all that to say, big respects, because Elder Sarah, his other name is Elder Bristol. Elder Sarah, who showed me about the Adinkra symbols, Kemetic symbols, is rooted in African spirituality, coming by way of Guyana, and to know that we have a lot of our people separated by land, thinking that I got nothing to do with that person. The people, they don't know what I'm going through because I'm at the center here in Toronto. We have that because Montreal, we have French speakers. And to connect with people who are building Black community organizations, which they got plenty, we don't see that we're going through the same things, in terms of police, young people, all of that. So my point being is also these symbols cut through, and they have the same lineage. They point to the same lineage. And so if you want to run this this video, then we can get a look at Elder Sarah. You'll see actually his daughter. I want to send peace and blessings to the family. They had some losses in the families. Himself and his daughter are standing strong, and my other elder, Baba Manga, who you can see in this, and Symbolic Tune, which is also on that same album that you can look up, Breath of Existence.
I was manifest to complement the stars and skies, materialize to synthesize, nourish the divinity and rise. Touch the cosmos, no, it's not separate, it's all one and the same. Nourish the body and soul, or it all goes down the drain. Geb, king of the land, is staking his claim. Don't let the physical get made.
See the Ankh in the back?
Cause it's magical, like when the earth embraced the rain. You exist without me, you must be out of your brain. Cause in the first instance, when the word became life, the
Baba Manga,
itself is physical just right. And after the first day,
Elder Sarah, his daughter.
The moon raised the tides, completing the first.
You can see his shirt design.
Cues and chromosomes, the same as clay and stone, it's all one, you're not alone. If you listen to the silence, you will get the gist. And it was all written in papyrus. The truth behind the illusion, tricking your iris. Broadcasting through your speaker, vibrating like this. Get flow like the fluid all up in your brain.
So that is Elder Sarah as a youth, like years ago.
Planted in the land, laws to be observed, not written by man. And it flow like the fluid all up in your brain. All of life is sprung from from the single grain. Unity is the aim, planted in the land. Laws to be observed, not written by man. I'm the pulse of the mountainous land that spans the oh so giving cosmic hands. Put me in your meditation, put me in your plans. Cause I flow with the ocean and I flow with the land. Under catastrophic cosmic command. One destiny, one aim.
One aim.
Earth in the heavens, that's in your brain. The turmoil and pain, so transcend the plains. Warn and restrain, sunshine and rain. Ill and untamed, taking the blame for going against the grain. Is your bane, I'm absolute and totally, even when I'm low key. Destiny and prophecy, orderly, even after your earth has been shattered to debris. Truth, whether or not you wish to see. Get flow like the fluid all up in your brain. Life connect, synthesize, realize, and sustain. Unity is the aim, planted in the land. Laws to be observed, not written by man. And it flow like the fluid all up in your brain. All of life is sprung from the single grain. Unity is the aim, planted in the land. Laws to be observed, not written by man.
And in conclusion, that is Elder Sarah right there. As a younger, much younger person, you can see, the process of aging. He moved out to a place called Little Britain. Myself and the other elder last year drove out to see him. We visited the tombstone of his son who had died not long before. And so, they're just maintaining, and I think that it's just important, not only for the elders, but much more important for us to just remember the works. There was a time here in Toronto where some of the things that you see, Royal Bank, TD Bank, these are the banks for y'all international people, the big money, and they're getting people to talk about blackness, that talk about their Afrocentricity, and you'll have people dressed. The mayor who came to, you saw my previous video about the Louis March Memorial, the park being named after him, the mayor showing up dressed in African attire, who we got a good mayor, by the way, Olivia Chow. All of that, there was also a period where they were like hip hop saying that it's irrelevant. Like this is not a real thing. Christianity is a real thing. All of these things, but why are you people, and it's through the works of people that often are not remembered. And so I think it is important for us to remember, or else we get hit. So Elder Love, Elder Sarah.
Very nice. I mean, I think too, it does speak to, and I know we're going to do really good with time tonight. I know it speaks to culture beyond borders, because the borders really call for us to unify. It calls for us to examine and re-examine our values. It calls for us to build together, to develop together, to organize together. Not just for the sake of those who came before us, not just because we're on their shoulders and they went through what they went through, but because we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our children, our children's children, to do this very important work right now. So culture beyond borders is a lot more than just a mouthful. Honoring our elders is a pivotal step, in addition to our ancestors, because it's not just elders that we want to highlight. It's our ancestors, right? So
absolutely,
it's spot on,
and it
that
strengthens us. That's
it
what
does.
you're saying. Is it when
does.
we remember what they did. If we just act like we were never if they never were dealing with certain things, then we're not equipped. But when we see and realize, as I've that has come, it really has been punctuated for me how things go in certain cycles, and then we know, like, okay, this is how our people dealt with that. This is how we move. It strengthens us. That's all I want to say.
No, very much so. And that's what we need now more than ever. Dr. Anderson said it before, we can keep our head down, but yeah, the purpose of you doing that right now is to get as strong as you possibly can. So when it's time to jump out the cake, surprise,
you're strong.
Yeah, for sure. So every single week we'll be focused on that. We would love for others to help us highlight and celebrate some elders, give some elder love. I don't know. I know we have like all of 7 minutes. Anybody else want to shout out any elders they may be thinking of today?
Please. If anyone in the comments, C note, if you have any elders or ancestors, if you
For
want to
sure.
remember someone, we do want to maintain that part of our culture through what we're doing here. So please, you can write it on the write it there. You can how else can they how else can you anyone or any
Send
of
it to
us?
us. Yeah,
Hmm.
send it to us. Because for sure, everybody who is tuning in is already following us at Talk Show On Point, right?
Right?
Everybody's following us on Twitch. So send it to us, message it to us, and we're gonna do a special shout out. It's giving the flowers, now. It's so important. Seriously, it's so important. Love your people while you can.
Yeah, loving your people is loving yourself. And
That part.
if you don't love yourself, you can't love anybody else.
For real, for real. And that's the culture. That's deep, deep in the culture. So beautiful tribute. Yet again, another dope track from our very own Symbolic. I'm super excited about.
Respect.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's dope. I'm super excited about ongoing features though. And that one was one more time, sponsored by Black Love Dow. Also follow them. Okay, so I hate to just go from like, well, we love our culture straight to the money again.
There's no problem
But
with that. We need to go to the money again.
let's talk about these coins. Let's talk about these little bits. Okay, I'm gonna call on Ivy to actually help us understand bits.
Yes, of course. So when we monetize our channel, which will be soon, not yet, but soon, I was actually working on a little bit earlier. Definitely got to talk to the team about some things. But anyway, that's beside the point. Bits are Twitch's currency. There's an action you can take called Cheer, and you can send bits from as low as one to as many as 1,000, I think. And I think 100 bits is $1, more or less, I want to say. Then Twitch takes the cut, and then they go send the rest to us. But yes, bits are the currency of Twitch. So when we say we need some biddies, that is what we mean. That means that we are broke people and we need some money. Because we do not know, we don't got Snap no more, so we just got to be begging on Twitch.
Ivy, I think we are we have abundance.
We
You
do.
just need to transfer,
We do.
We want to do something. I want to take that back. What Ivy just said, we begging. I want to take that back and say, we
We're not
got
begging.
something for you. We want
How
to
about this?
connect. Yeah.
We're creating value,
We are
and
though.
we would like to exchange the value that we create for bits
So
that you
wonderful.
throw.
It
you
just totally
share.
cleaned that up, man.
Yeah. I had to PC it up,
Polished
politically
it.
correct.
Polished
Man.
it.
No, but it's
It
real
is true,
because
though.
what we're saying is we want the community to come with us, build with us, develop with us. This is culture beyond borders, and this is not just an American thing or Canadian thing. We often talk about other countries, other continents, because it's just that real. So if we're
And we have our people who we bring into the conversation. We want to, and we will make that more tangible in terms of what are people doing, because we know there are people doing certain works in different places. Like, shout out my people. I got to connect after what's happened recently, and I'm feel bad that we didn't. I don't know if there's anything to show, but let's just say send our prayers and blessings. What's going on in Jamaica? But Omawale Farms, for example, they're doing that work, earth work. They're and so this is all in abundance. So we got to bring those conversations and those people and those perspectives. All of that's going to have a lot of value. It does have a lot of value. So we'll get to it anyways. We're not asking you for nothing right now, but when the time is right, let's value what we have. Let's value what we're pulling together. And then it's not only about the bits, but that's one way to support. For example, we might say, please do a video and honoring the elders or answering a question or please come on if you're doing something that also has value. So
for sure.
yeah.
For sure. No, that's I was just going to segue into that. We've discussed this amongst ourselves, and this is something we all know, not believe, that it's not always about their money. It really is about the love. It really is about the reciprocity. It really is about the value. So, it's not what we just ask you, give us a little bit so we can go off and have. Yeah, no, that's not what we're doing.
It's about the community.
For sure.
Well, we need bits. Well, we don't need bits, but we would like bits to help to improve and execute on ideas that we have to improve our community.
Absolutely. Man, that was good.
That was good. He cleaned that up good.
Very good. I can be politically correct when I want to be,
Oh, yes, all the time, but you just IV. That's what it is. It is so smooth.
Sometimes I just want to be a problem child and ruffle feathers,
For sure. Funky.
We love that IV produced too.
We begging. We not really begging, but we begging,
That part. This was a good show.
Sure.
If you're not following us already, please follow us. Talk Show On Point. We got some big things coming. We've been working behind the scenes, fam. We got some big things coming.
IG,
YouTube.
Yeah, you can go back from the YouTube. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, time travel with us, please.
Hey, what's the vibe, y'all?
Yeah, what's the vibe? I feel great.
Whatever this is.
I like that. Let me see. Yeah, it's a good vibe.
Is that what it makes you do? That's what's up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say my vibe is I'm thinking about the indigenous people of the land, and all of the work that they have put into this land to make it fruitful for us. So my vibe is resistance. And I heard a little thing, I don't know if it's true, but supposedly they might make a corridor between Canada and the United States on native land, tariff-free.
Oh man, it's gonna be like what's that show called? The Handmaid's Tale.
Y'all know that. Come on, Margaret Atwood was she was a futurist. I mean,
she wasn't actually. Oh man, that's a whole conversation. She based it off of our people.
Oh, for sure. But
Black
that's what I'm saying.
culture.
Telling that story though, in that lens, because sometimes the stories are only going to be people pay attention to them when they, that's a whole nother thing.
Story.
Well, before we get out of here, I do want to say one thing in response to what you're saying, which is it's interesting that you'd say that because tomorrow I'm going to be documenting, doing photography at First Peoples Leadership Advisory. And so it's the vibe that I'm like, okay, I gotta get some rest, come proper because they've got the indigenous elders, which I put out into the universe that us as indigenous people separated from our lands, but having those same principles of elders, like, I know that they got something. We need to respect the indigenous people on this land, saying Canada, North America. And so some things just happen in their time. So I'm going to have an early morning and I know it's going to be a blessed one. So yeah.
You're going to do your thing.
Amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Congratulations.
And on that note, we're going to let you catch some Z's. Oh man. So that we can we're going to end the show on time tonight. So we appreciate everybody that stopped through, came through. Appreciate the hosts with the most respect. And then until next time, next Wednesday, we'll be back.
Bad love. For sure.
Peace, family.
Peace.